In any award for Best Father, most people would be unlikely to put Henry VIII in a shortlist, particularly in relation to his treatment of his eldest child, Mary. The unusual perception of their relationship is that Henry, after loving her deeply as a child, brutally separated her from her mother, banished her from his presence, tormented and harassed her into signing away her belief in her parents' marriage and her own legitimacy. Then left her mouldering in the country until Catherine Parr persuaded him to restore her to the succession. The same narrative sees Mary as a terrorised victim, so cowed by her father's bullying that her rage was repressed, only emerging when she became queen to explode in a violent persecution of Protestants and a pathetic adoration of a chilly husband who repeated Henry's pattern of withholding affection. Like most simplified narratives, there is some truth in it, but there is a great deal more to Henry and Mary's relationship than is usually considered, and her personality was far more complex and proactive than she is often given credit for. Henry and Mary had parallel relationships. They were father and daughter, but they were also political figures. For the first 9 years of Mary's life, their political ambition, in as far as a child could have any, were the same. Mary was a princess destined to make a grand match with the European power. Henry called Mary his pearl of the world. At this time, pearls could be more expensive than diamonds. Then, when Mary was 9, Henry began to consider a different future for her, that of a sovereign queen. He made the monumentous decision to treat her as a princess of Wales, although she was not officially given the title, and he sent her to the Welsh marches, as previous heirs had been, to learn to be a monarch. For 3 years, Mary internalised this position and became used to the deference and respect given to the king's heir. Then, when she was 13, she was confronted with the fact that her father was trying to set aside her mother and declare her parents' marriage illegal. She herself was not affected initially in terms of rank, but separation from her mother followed, and in 1533 Henry declared she was illegitimate and that his newborn daughter Elizabeth was his heir. From this time forward, Mary and Henry's political interests diverged. He wanted her to accept her demotion, and she was determined to maintain her position. Backing Mary was her powerful cousin, the Holy Roman Emperor Charles V, although his support was always moral rather than actual, and we can see from information to which neither Mary nor Henry was privy that there was little likelihood that he would ever have intervened in England, even if Henry had moved beyond oppression of Mary to outright punishment. Eventually, Henry forced Mary to submit. Once she did, he was overjoyed and hastened to renew his old affectionate treatment of her, but they could never be quite unanimous in their politics again. And this concludes the video. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please click the like button, give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe for future videos. Thank you.